Okay folks, let us look at this question. We're given f at x is equals to ax cubed plus bx plus 24x minus 20, which is a cubic function, and the graph of this function is drawn. There it is, with the coordinates a, c, d and b. Looking at the coordinates of a, we have a turning point there, and also we also have a x-intercept. We have c, which is our second x-intercept. We also have b as our y-intercept, and then we have d as our turning point also. So let us look at what is required here. We are required to determine the value of a and b. We are required to determine the coordinates of b, which is the y-intercept. We are required to determine the length of AC, the distance between a and c, and we are also required to determine the coordinates of of d, which is the turning point. Right, now let us look at what is given here to us. We are given the turning point here, and remember, to find the turning point of a cubic function, you find the first derivative, you equate the first derivative to to 0, and then you solve for you solve for x. So that simply means to us that f derivative 2, which is the turning point of which is the x value of of the turning point, f derivative 2 is equals to is equals to 0, because when you find the turning point of a cubic function, you find the first derivative and equate it to 0, then you solve for x. So in this case, that value of x, it is given to us. So in other words, what do we have here? We have we're going to differentiate that function prime x, which is equals to 3ax squared plus I think it should be bx squared there, bx squared there, plus 2bx plus plus 24. What does this mean? It simply means that when you substitute 2 here where you see x, then this must be must be 0. So we're going to have 0 is equals to 3a, where we see x, we substitute substitute 2 all squared plus 2b into into 2 plus plus 24. Remember, this 2 is it is the x value of of the turning point. You don't substitute it to the original function, but to to the first derivative. So we have 0 is equals to you simplify here, you are going to get 12a. When you simplify here, you get 4b plus 24. So you can divide this whole thing by 4. Dividing this by 4, it will be 3a. Dividing this by 4, it will be b. And then when you divide this one by 4, you get plus 6. This is equals to 0. So in other words, you are going to have, you transpose this one to the left hand side, you have minus 6 is equals to 3a plus b. This is your equation number 1. Look here, we only substituted 2, not 0. We only substituted 2. Remember, after solving for x of of a turning point, you take that x, you substitute to the original function to get the corresponding y. So that simply means when you substitute 2 here, you also get 0, which is this corresponding y value. So we are going to have f at x is equals to ax cubed plus bx squared plus 24x minus 20. Let us substitute 2 there. You have a into 2 cubed plus b into 2 squared plus 24 into 2 minus minus 20. It should be equals to It should be equals to 0, which is the corresponding y value of it. So you have 0. Simplifying here, you get 8a. When you simplify there, you get 4b, plus when you simplify there, you get 48 minus 20. So it simply means you're going to have 8a plus plus 4b plus now plus 28. Plus 28 is equals to is equals to 0. You can divide this whole thing by 4. Dividing this by 4, you get how much? You get 2a And then here, how much do you get? You get plus 4b. 28 divided by 4, it will be 7. This is equals to 0. You transpose the 7 to the left hand side to get minus 7 is equals to 2a plus b. This is your equation number 2. So in other words, we are going to solve for a and b simultaneously. Now, from equation 2, I'm going to form equation number 3 using this equation number 2. So I'm going to have b is equals to minus 7. You transpose this one to this side, minus 2a. This is my equation number 3. And then we substitute what? We substitute equation 3 into what now? Into equation number 1. So it simply means you are going to have minus 6 is equals to 3a. Where you see b, you must substitute minus 7 minus 2a. Minus 7 minus 2a. So it simply means minus 6 is equals to what? Minus 6 is equals to, you simplify the 2, it leaves you with a. You transpose this one to this side, it's negative, it's going to be positive. So in other words, the value of a is equals to positive 1. So we are going to substitute what now? Substitute a is equals to 1 into what now? Into equation 3 to find what? To find the value of b. Substitute the a is equals to 1 into equation number 3. So you have b is equals to minus 7 minus 2. Where you see a, you must substitute 1. So we are going to have what? We are going to have minus 9. So in other words, f at x is equals to what? F at x is equals to x cubed minus 9 x squared. Minus 9 is the value of what? Is the value of b. The value of a is 1, remember, plus what? Plus 24 x minus what? Minus 20. This is our equation of a cubic function. This is our equation of a cubic function. The equation of a cubic function, equation of a cubic function. So we are going to the second one now, which is b. We are required to find what? The coordinate of b. Remember what we said the coordinate of b is? It is the y-intercept of that function. So to find the y-intercept, you do what? You let x equals to 0. So we have f at 0 is equals to what? F at 0 is equals to, where you see x, you substitute 0 cubed minus 9 into 0 whole squared plus 24 into 0 minus what? Minus 20. So it simply means this will be 0, this will be 0, this will be 0. So you have minus 20. Therefore the coordinate of p, you have what? You have 0 is to minus 20. Those are the coordinates.